Okay, family visit to Goodwill. Update on the T-Swift shirt that I found yesterday. Really good sell-through, really good comps. Mine got taken down as counterfeit, which happens too frequently. That something that you put up, everybody else has listed and a bunch of people have sold, but mine got flagged as counterfeit. And I think the deal was I put Gildan in as the brand because it was the tag that was hanging on the hang tag, and I should have put Taylor Swift in as the brand, and I think that probably is the issue. But let's see if we can find anything for the fam. You're gonna find the banger. Who's gonna get the find of the day? Levi. How about some $16 super cheap Hot Wheels Legos? Can I see those sunglasses there? So much for finding cheap Maui gyms here. I picked up these same sports here for $1.86. Today they're 15. That's still a good buy. These big beach ones are 15 as well, and I think that's a pretty good pickup. But we are literally the only people in the entire store besides the young man running the cash register. So we have run of the place. Did you find anything?
No.
Foolish mortal.
Yeah, I haven't found a single thing.
I found some glasses in the case up front that I'm gonna probably get, but let's be real. 8 o'clock on a Friday night is probably, or Saturday night is not probably the best time to be trying to thrift shop. But we were driving by, and we haven't made a whole family Goodwill run in a long time. Long handled stuff. I used to do pretty well with these. You'd pick them up for $5 and sell them for 20, but I haven't done that in a long time. Ooh, there's a reel. I bet it's way overpriced. It's old. $37. That tape recorder. Elcor. Yeah. That's an interesting looking bicycle seat. I'll look into that for $5. Wonder what they're charging for somebody's half Gatorade. What is in here? Engraving or a tattoo machine? Just a bunch of random stuff. Sometimes these old calculators can do well, but I don't think this is one. Got here. What'd you find?
I found
for you or to
resell?
Not for $19 though. They've been pricing that stuff up so stinking high. It's unbelievable. Like that would be.
Touched it and it felt like.
Yeah, Dunbrook is a nice quality, and with a Packers label. You want to feed hummingbirds in our yard?
What?
I don't know if we have a lot of hummingbirds.
I've seen some. Are you thinking that we should sell that, or do you think we should buy that to put birds in our yard? For birds in our yard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I just didn't know what your intent was with picking it up. Well, you got a pile. No. Because if I take that home, it will not make it into the store. You didn't pick up Mickey that playing football the same?
I was, but my hands were full.
Okay, let me see your shirts.
Naruto.
Okay, probably not. Not for $6. Nope.
And this one's $6.
Is that single stitch made in the US? Probably even still no. It is an older hang tag. Made in, or it's sixflags.com. There's nothing exciting about that. If it was a like crazy print, maybe, but unfortunately, no. How about a Care Bear? This one looks like an older tag. Yeah, this is a genuine old Care Bear, and she ain't marked up. I'll look into that. Ooh, kids catcher's mitts. All Star. I'm not familiar with All Star, but if it's $5, we'll put it in the cart. What are you finding, Asher?
You should get this just to use the money.
Yeah, but the money's, it's not real money. Sometimes they're not super helpful. Let's see if Jenks is worth picking up for $5. Probably not. What'd you find, Jay?
I found a Blair black pearl snap.
Very
shirt.
Johnny Cash, $5.44.
How does Judah know what he's talking about?
Made in China. He's been paying attention since he was born. That's probably a get. What did you find?
This dinosaur, I don't know who it is.
It's from
Animal Kingdom.
it's the dinosaur you ride in like Dumbo.
Oh.
Triceratops
It
spin.
is.
That's fun. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pick this guy up, which surprises me a little bit because there are 6 listed and 16 sold, and they sell as the lowest is $20. Let's look up this thing. So there are like 4 listed and only 1 sold, and the one that is sold for like $22. But also this is dirty and gross, and I don't want to clean it for that low of potential. Look at this cutie. I don't know anything about it, but it's hilarious. I like it. So this one surprised me quite a bit. It's got a 200% sell-through rate and is probably $20 as well, or better. Anything in the small appliances category? No. Kitchen stuff. Just a huge box full of random silverware and stuff. On a different day, I might have picked that up, but today I'm not feeling the gamble. We're pressed for time. They're closing in 10 minutes. So I gotta keep moving and keep looking, and well, we're doing well. I mean, I got a mess of stuff. The Little Tykes keyboard. I'm gonna skip
It
that.
works. And then this we have the accessories for at home.
You want to get that for you?
Yeah.
Seattle,
We have guys that sit on. We
Starbucks,
have
$5. That might be a good one though, because it's Seattle and it's Starbucks. Collector series. So these are triple white AF1, Air Force One, but these are beaters. If you're wearing triple white, so all white shoes, they need to be crisp. So I don't think anybody would pay much for those, and they're $15. Levi, what did you just touch? Is this your pickup?
Yeah. Because I made you notice it by smacking.
No, I was already looking at it.
No, you weren't.
1994 Nicole
I bet he was.
Miller.
If I can
But
name
that
it,
is
it's my pick.
Bertha, yeah, and Dead Bears and Grateful Dead.
Oh, it's Grateful Dead.
$3.10 for a tie. I think I'll probably grab that on a
By
hunch.
number 2.
We're running out of time to. That is not your find. You touched it and walked away.
I touched it, making you notice
No,
it.
absolutely not true. If that were true, I might give you credit. But I was standing here looking. I was like, "Is that Bertha?"
You wouldn't have noticed if you touched it if
And
you
then-
wasn't already looking at it.
Yeah. So I bought a handful of things to sell. I bought a handful of things to keep. We were in here for half an hour. I found these sunglasses. My wife doesn't love them. I think they're fun. I don't know. We're gonna look it up. But this Grateful Dead tie is awesome. I imagine it's worth the pickup at $3. This was really good. I'm gonna have to pull these glasses so that they don't get crushed back here. Our Goodwill no longer does bags. So if I brought my IKEA bags, I'd have a bag to put that stuff in. But I didn't. All right, so that was a pretty successful Goodwill trip. Welcome back to the shop. It is now 10:30 on Monday morning, and we have 16 items to ship for $575. They're about 72 and change. Let's look at them real quick. We just picked up, and it sold for $29 free shipping. I was quite surprised with the youth glove, but catcher's mitts do well, and I comped it, and that's where it went. This sold, I paid $2 for it, and this was the last thing that I had that was like scheduled to list. And so this sold as soon as it went up. I picked it up for $2, tested it, it worked. Howard Miller Clock Company, even though This is not an expensive clock. Howard Miller Clock Company does exceptionally well almost all the time. Comp them, don't spend a bunch of money, but you can make money on Howard Miller clocks. They are related to Herman Miller Furniture. They're both from Zeeland, Maryland, Michigan, but they're like Howard's. I think Howard is grandfather, or I want to say like father-in-law, but then why would they both have the same last name? Anyway, Howard Miller and Herman Miller, the furniture company, are related. Both very valuable, very desirable, both from Zeeland, Michigan. Patagucci Better Sweater. This was a Goodwill pickup for like $9 or $10. No, this was a garage sale pickup. Doesn't really make a lot of difference. Better Sweater, selling even in the heat of summer. I'm out here in a tank top and I'm sweating. $34. Free shipping on that. We picked up a bunch of Bratz stuff the other day at a garage sale. The other day would have been 3-4 weeks ago at this point because I was gone for 2 weeks. But at that garage sale for $15. And included in the lot was this Cadillac. And she sold for $38 free shipping. That seemed to be like people were asking $50, $60, $70 for them. But nobody was there. There weren't any sold comps at that price. So I listed mine for just under 40, and it sold within a couple of like days of being listed. Like it was maybe listed for a week, and then we were gone for 2 weeks, and then it was been back on for 5 or 6 days. So like 2 weeks of being listed, sold for $38. So that'll put me in the profit. And then there's all kinds of Bratz stuff still left. This t-shirt has been around a hot minute or two. That was my Father's Day present. A new laptop. Until today, I was using a Mac laptop that I got for free and is dated 2011 to run the whole business off a 2011 Apple MacBook. This shirt, One with the Earth, it's Humanities, which tend to do fairly well. This one's been listed a long time. Humanities. Dated 1992, single stitch. Anvil, red bar tag, 2XL. I think this was a Goodwill pickup. It sold for $15.39 plus shipping. Picked this shirt up for $4.99 at Goodwill in Washington, and it's a jitterbug, like Wham on the Gildan tag, and it says jitterbug on the back. Part of the new bug, because if you don't know, the Volkswagen Beetle was really popular in the 60s and 70s, and then got banned because it was unsafe at any speed, according to Ralph Nader, and it was still one of the most popular cars sold all over the world. And then they brought it back in the mid 90s as that model, and now there's more new models, but that was kind of the big push to get the bug back in the public eye. And I paid $5 for that shirt, and it sold for $17 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $23. Bought this hat. I know I got it cheap because it was at a garage sale. Drake, I'm assuming Drake, the college, but there's no like other markings in it. Drake University vintage script, sold for $17.40 free shipping. I paid either 50 cents or $1 at a yard sale recently. More Star Trek books that I got for free. You remember the ones that sold on the last What Sold video? Well, Star Trek books, don't get the wrong impression. They don't do well. Not like well enough that they would be worth buying for 50 cents a piece with your softcover books at Goodwill. So these 10 books sold for $6.50 plus shipping. So I got them for free. Or I would have probably made a little bit smaller lots. And I wouldn't have picked up all of them. I would have picked up the ones that sold the other day. And I might have picked up the other one small lot that I still have. But these I would have just left behind if they were at any price. But they were like Star Trek, all the books are free, and there was a shoebox full of just Star Trek, and I was like, I'll just take this whole box of Star Trek. So not all Star Trek books are created equal. Most of them are not worth picking up, but when I got this lot of 10 books for literally for free with other stuff that I'm going to make money on, honestly, if it had been just these for free, I probably wouldn't have picked those up either. But I did have them, so I'm like, well, let's make some money on them. And $6.50 plus shipping. They did, you know, better than I expected. They sold in a couple of weeks. Magic Fingers, Homedics, Massager. This one has the cord a little bit chewed up on it, and the handle was completely gone. But I had one that had a good handle, and the cord was messed up on. So I just pulled the handle off of the other one and replaced it on this one. And then I have one good piece, and I don't spend much on these, but they do sell if you find one in really nice condition. This one sold cheap because it's not in nice condition, but cheap was $25 free shipping. Another Humanities print. This time it's on a sweater. Just some Native American dude on the old Fruit of the Loom Fodder tag. Sold for $17 plus shipping. And it's been listed a good while. I don't remember where it came from. There's a lot of clothes that I've had for a long time that I'm ending and selling similar. And so now they're selling because they just got buried in the algorithm. CSA, not a great tag necessarily, but a nice old blank crew neck. People like those. $16.99 free shipping, or no, plus shipping. So the buyer's only all in at $30 on this thing. On it just blank. You know, you're always looking for like great prints and cool all over and bright colors and teams that people recognize, but blanks can do really, really well. This is a wrestler. I thought this was going to be vintage because it's on an older but not old Gildan tag. But this guy hasn't been around long enough for this to be vintage. CM Punk, Straight Edge Society. I paid $5 for it. People were asking $40 and $50 for theirs and not getting it, but the ones that were selling were around $30. Not a lot of sold, so I priced mine at $27 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $37. And this sold within a couple weeks of being listed. Paid $10 for this sweatshirt on the old Nutmeg tag, Chicago Bears. I got 3 of these that day, $10 a piece. And this is the second one that sold. Sold for $24.99 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $37. Vintage Chicago Bears stuff has been moving in the last couple of days, so that's great. Went to a yard sale that had a bunch of t-shirts for $2 a piece, and I thought I was going to do well with them, and I still have them, and that was like a year and a half ago. Animal Crossing, cool print if you like Animal Crossing, but evidently not as many people like to wear Animal Crossing clothes as like to play it. That has a red stain on it. I don't know if yeah, there, like you can kind of see it on the net. I'll have to look and see if that's on the anyway, it only sold for $9.99, so if I gotta give the guy his money back, it was plus shipping, it won't be the end of the world. And then this hat was a Whatnot pickup. I paid $1 or $2 for it. I had a birthday party at McDonald's, and it's a kid's like painter's hat, but it's cool vintage, and it sold for $29 free ship. And then the last thing is this that I'm using as a table at the moment. Paid $7 at Goodwill, fully untested, for this Kenwood KR3010. And while it does work in every way that I can test it, I sell these untested, assumed not working, because if something gets jarred in shipping but the outside doesn't get damaged, then it was not sold not working. If the person gets it and I didn't test something, or something, these are old, somebody plugs it in and something blows up as soon as they plug it in, it was sold as not working. I would rather mitigate my risk by selling it not working for half the value, than, especially when I paid $7 for it and it sold for $145. If I went to Electronics Diversified and paid them $100 to just clean this up and service it and make it ready to go, then I would try to get top dollar. But that's not the game that I play, so I'm not doing that. I'll test it as far as I can. I'll put that in the description, then sell it as working, not working for parts. Parts not working, so that they can't say, hey, this thing didn't work. It was sold as not working. So this person's going to get it, assuming they have to service it. And it's not going to be too bad to ship. I'll double box it and put plenty of bubble wrap on the inside and the outside of the box. So for $145, I'm still going to end up making probably 80 once you figure the cost of shipping, the cost of goods, and the eBay fees. And that's good for me. I don't need to make all of the money on every product, because it's just that if I said this is absolutely ready to go, audio files are crazy. So if there's a little crackle when you turn a knob, then that would be a reason to get a return, and I don't need that headache. So I always sell receivers, almost always, as not working, just to mitigate the risk of somebody getting it and being unhappy with it. You guys already saw a thrifting video, and we already sold some of that stuff. And so this is long enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, following, clicking the bell. I got some shipping to do. We'll see you on the next one.